Divine. I'm a Burundian living in Malawi, Dzaleka Refugee camp.
My name is Mtombo Esdras. I'm a Congolese refugee. I live in Dzaleka Refugee camp and I'm 19 years old.
My name is Divine Mugisha and I'm 16 years old. I'm Rwandese by nationality. I'm a refugee living in Dzaleka camp in Malawi.
Actually, Refugee Day means a lot to me as a refugee. First of all, it gives hope to me as a refugee, whereby we see a lot of people worldwide celebrating this day. Also at the same time, it reminds me the day that I admitted that I'm a refugee and accept all the challenges and the problems as a refugee and commit to work hard to bring positive change, not only to refugees but to the host communities and worldwide in general.
This Refugee Day, the way it means to me, it's just like it is a day of hope, whereby all refugees worldwide come, they celebrate, they give each other hope, to saying that we are not alone, we have other people giving us hand, giving us help.
Refugee Day is very important for the refugees, whereby the refugees, they come together, show each other's culture, actually cultural dances like youth and women and men from Dzaleka camp. They tend to show their talents, what they are capable of, and also we tend to address our problems directly to the people in authority or to the people who can work on them directly.
Well, I feel normal to be called a refugee, but then at the same time I feel bad, I feel offended, because you can all agree with me that worldwide there are a lot of people who do not like refugees, they discriminate them. So with this I feel so bad, I feel offended, and sometimes there are a lot of opportunities which are being limited to refugees. So being called a refugee and being limited to all these opportunities, it really sounds bad, it makes me feel bad.
Actually, frankly speaking, I don't feel good when I'm called a refugee because it limits my potential. In my mind, I'll be having the thought that just because I'm a refugee, I'll be limited. I can't discover my full potential.
It's a bad thing to be called a refugee, and sometimes it makes us like to look low on ourselves and have low self-esteem. But sometimes we just have to accept the reality that we are refugees and cope with the problems and the disliking of being called a refugee.
Based on the theme of this year, every action counts. And my first message would directly go to fellow refugees worldwide, like to encourage them. There are a lot of refugees who feel bad. They feel like they cannot do something simply because they are refugees. But then this way, it's more like encouraging them. So it's either they take an action to move out themselves in the situation where they are. They can do something regardless of who they are. They can do something better and achieve something. So each and every action they're taking today, it counts. It's the same thing that will help them tomorrow. The other message will go to the people who are, mostly the countries who are hosting the refugees worldwide. We have people discriminating refugees, so every action they take towards these people, it's count. So the way they treat them, the way they handle them, it still count. It's more like also asking them to be part of them, encourage them, help them. They should also feel loved in the community, that they're not alone. They're taking good actions toward them. If you say a refugee, he's a normal human being like you. Love us, encourage us, support us, because this is all what we want from you guys. Thank you.
My last message to the world is that whatever you are doing now, don't take it for granted. If maybe you are a donor helping these young refugees living in the camp, the action you are doing now will count. Everybody is appreciating it. Whatever you do, make sure that the actions make them count.
My message is that whatever we plan to do, it counts. It has an effect either on our lives or some other people's life. When you do something bad, it might not have an effect on you, but it may have an effect on others. And also another thing is that we should not just live our life having problems and keep them to ourselves. We have to take action on them. We have to address our problems. If we have like problems of hunger, we have to take an action first, like to search for food, for example through agriculture. We don't have just to wait for the donors to provide us with food, but we first of all take an action on that.